Hello, I'm Jodi Ginsberg of Ginsberg Law Offices. I want to talk to you a little bit today about some examples of situations where clients have gotten themselves into some trouble in terms of not answering questions either on the intake form when they're applying for a job properly, or when they're in a deposition or at a hearing. And some that come to mind, and whether you consider the employer or the attorney representing the insurance company and employer asking trick questions or not, here's what you need to be careful about. When you are looking for a job and there's asking you questions about, and you have to read the question. If there are questions there that talk about whether you've ever sustained any injury to treatment of, let's say, your knee, and if you have a current knee injury, that would be important, and you don't tell the truth because now your knee, when you applied for that job, was not bothering you, you didn't read the question very well, and now they're going to hold it against you, that very same knee that you've now heard at work, and they had asked you about, your head, your neck, your left leg, your right leg, your left knee, your right knee on the medical questionnaire that you might fill out when you're applying for work, and you don't put it down because your knee didn't bother you then, but the question says, has it ever been treated, or have you ever had an injury? You've got to be forthcoming. Similarly, when you're sitting for a deposition, the same kind of questions come up. And while now your knee may hurt you because of your work injury, the question is, have you ever had a prior knee injury? You've got to be forthcoming about it. Something that I think people don't also understand is you'll be asked whether or not you've ever had a prior workers' compensation case. And in your mind, you may think, well, the only way I've had a workers' comp case is if I've been out of work and they've paid me weekly benefit checks. But that's not the only type of workers' comp case. You could have what's called a medical-only case. Let's say you hurt your hand at work and your employer sent you down the road to go to a doctor, and that doctor treated you and allowed you to come back to work. You did not pay that medical bill. Your employer paid the medical bill. And technically speaking, you then do have a medical workers' compensation claim called a medical-only case. So you have to be aware of that. And while realizing that you may not do this for a living, that's what I do, it's my job to get you ready for your depositions and your hearing, I want you to be very aware of some of these concepts where people have made mistakes previously and don't want you to make those mistakes. So when it comes to filling out job applications, when it comes to answering deposition questions or hearing questions, you have to listen always and think about what you're reading on those applications and listening to the questions in depositions and hearings. If you have any questions about any things I've just gone over, please give me a call. I'm happy to speak with you at 770-351-0801. Thank you. Hi, this is Jodi, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about all rights and benefits available to you under the Georgia Workers' Injury Laws, I'd like to invite you to download my Georgia Workers' Compensation Survival Kit that I created for folks just like you. Some of the topics I cover include: can I get fired for filing a work injury claim? 8 critical mistakes to avoid. Is it true that the insurance company will hire a private investigator to follow me around and videotape my activities? What happens when the insurance company is late with my weekly wage payments? 7 specific tactics I recommend to maximize your case settlement value. If you or a loved one needs to maximize your recovery from your Georgia Workers' Compensation claim, you'll find this survival kit important reading. Download your survival kit right now and at no cost. Just visit my website and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now, and as always, I wish you the best.